Welcome back to the Sanctuary of Secrets, the archive of the heart, and the only channel where we don't just report the news, we read the soul of the industry. You are watching Mr. Magazine, and I am honored to be your guide through the labyrinth of memory. Today, we are stepping away from the scandals and the feuds. We are entering a space that is far more fragile and far more beautiful. We are talking about Barış Arduç, a man known for his stoicism, who recently shattered his own armor on national television to speak about the woman who changed his life, Elçin Sangu. It is a story of a white shirt, a missed opportunity, and a love that, according to the man himself, was never a lack of feeling, but a lack of courage. But before we unlock this vault of emotions, I have a request for my loyal community. If you value storytelling that respects the depth of human connection, please destroy that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We are building a library of truth here. For those who wish to support independent journalism and get closer to the source, the Join button is waiting for you. Your membership keeps the lights on and the stories flowing. Now, take a deep breath. We need to talk about the confession that made a nation cry. It was supposed to be a standard year-end retrospective of a glossy, harmless program where celebrities sip water and share polite anecdotes about their careers. The audience expected prepared speeches and rehearsed smiles. No one expected Barış Arduç, a man who guards his private life like a fortress, to lower the drawbridge. But miracles, as they say, happen when the cameras are rolling. During a segment dedicated to beginnings, Barış decided to go off script. The atmosphere in the studio reportedly shifted from casual to electric the moment he mentioned her name. He began to recount their very first meeting, not with the polished distance of a colleague, but with the vivid, aching detail of a man who has replayed the scene in his head 1,000 times. The first time I saw Elçin was in a reading room for a casting audition, he recalled, his voice softening. She walked in as if she didn't need permission to shine. She was wearing a white shirt, her hair was up, and she had a look that, honestly, disarmed me. Let us pause on that image. A white shirt. A look that disarms. In the chaotic world of casting calls, where hundreds of faces blur together, Barış remembers the outfit. He remembers the aura. He described her presence as sticking to him like a catchy tune you can't stop humming. This is not how you describe a co-worker, this is how you describe a muse. What followed was a moment of rare vulnerability. Barış admitted something that few leading men dare to confess: he was the weak one. I had a lot of insecurities, he admitted. I was coming from a complicated, emotionally unstable period, and she was the complete opposite. He painted a picture of a dynamic that fans had always suspected but never confirmed. Elçin was the anchor, strong, determined, capable of making him feel small without ever intending to hurt him. Barış, on the other hand, was the storm, struggling to find his footing. As the production team projected iconic scenes from their shared past, moments of laughter, longing, and chemistry that defined an era of Turkish television, Barış was visibly moved. He watched his younger self falling for her on screen, and he couldn't help but get emotional. Each of those scenes reminds me how I learned to trust, he said, fighting back tears. Not in others, but in myself. And it was thanks to her. The climax of the interview came when the host, sensing the raw emotion in the room, asked the question everyone was thinking: is there anything you would want to say to Elçin right now? In a scripted reality, an actor would offer a polite "I wish her the best." But Barış Arduç took a deep breath, smiled a smile laden with wistfulness, and delivered a line that will echo in the hearts of fans forever. I wish I had been braver back then. Sometimes you think you have time to fix things. But time waits for no one. If you're watching this, thank you for being my inspiration when even I didn't believe in myself. I wish I had been braver. This is the crux of the tragedy. He didn't say, "I wish I loved you more." He said he wished he had the courage to handle what they had. It is an admission that the failure of their relationship, whatever form it took, was not due to a lack of love, but a lack of readiness. The interview broke records. It was shared over 1 million times in 48 hours. But the real story was happening behind the scenes, in the shadows where the cameras couldn't reach. A source from the production team leaked a detail that has sent the gossip world into a frenzy. Minutes after the recording ended, while the studio lights were dimming, Boris was spotted checking his phone. He was still holding his microphone, but his attention was entirely on the screen. A shy, almost disbelief-filled smile spread across his face. According to this witness, the actor had received a message from a contact saved simply as ES. The text read, "I saw him. And I felt him too." 3 letters. 2 sentences. A universe of meaning. If this report is true, it confirms that Elçin was watching. It confirms that his message didn't just reach the audience, it reached its intended target. It suggests a psychic link between them that years of separation have failed to sever. I have to stop here and ask you, the romantics of the world, do you believe in the right person, wrong time theory? Can a love be rekindled years later once both people have grown? I want to read your personal stories and theories in the comments below. And if this deep dive is touching your heart, please consider clicking the join button. Your support allows us to tell these powerful stories. While Boris was bearing his soul on stage, Elçin Sangu was reportedly living her own emotional earthquake. Sources close to the actress reveal that she was deeply moved by the broadcast. A friend of the actress leaked that Elçin cried. She reportedly told her inner circle that she never imagined Boris harbored so many unresolved feelings. She had always assumed he had moved on quickly, that she was just a chapter in his book. Hearing him call her his inspiration and admitting his lack of bravery made her question everything. This made her question many things, the source said. It seems the interview didn't just provide closure, it pried open a box of what ifs that Elçin thought she had locked away years ago. The days following the broadcast have been a blur of speculation. Social media detectives noticed that Elçin posted a story with the cryptic caption, "Some melodies are never forgotten." A direct callback to Boris's comment about her being a catchy tune. It seems almost certain. But the intrigue goes deeper. Rumors are circulating that the two have met privately, not at a gala, not at an awards show, but in a quiet cafe away from the prying eyes of Istanbul. A well-known journalist dropped a poetic clue: there are places where words aren't necessary. That cafe witnessed silences that speak louder than 1,000 interviews. Did they meet to say goodbye, or to say hello? When confronted by reporters days later, both actors gave answers that only fueled the fire. Boris, leaving a recording studio, was asked if he had spoken to her. His reply was short, measured, and devastatingly hopeful. Some doors never truly close. Elçin, found on a film set, was equally enigmatic. It was a very honest interview, she said with a discreet smile. I'm glad to know that something we shared was as meaningful to him as it was to me. They are speaking in codes, but the message is clear, the story is not over. Finally, we arrive at the professional fallout. An emotional viral moment translates into one thing in the entertainment industry: demand. An anonymous source has revealed that a major digital platform, likely Netflix or Disney Plus, is scrambling to capitalize on this heat. A script is reportedly in development, specifically designed to pair Boris and Elçin as the lead couple. The producers know that after this interview, a reunion project would be a guaranteed global success. Fans have already launched the #BarışArduç campaign, which is trending worldwide. They are creating montages, tagging networks, and demanding to see the unfinished business play out on screen. And so, we are left with a story that feels profoundly human. Barış Arduç reminded us that even the biggest stars have regrets. They have moments they wish they could redo, words they wish they had said, and people they wish they had been brave enough to hold on to. Whether this leads to a romantic reconciliation or simply a beautiful artistic reunion, one thing is certain: Boris and Elçin have proven that some connections transcend time. Before you go, I have one final question for you. If they reunite for a new project, what kind of story do you want to see them tell? A tragedy, a comedy, or a romance? Let me know in the comments. And remember, if you enjoyed this detailed breakdown, the best way to support Mr. Magazine is to click that join button. It gives you a special badge, priority in comments, and helps us keep the truth alive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow dreamers. Until the next headline breaks, keep your eyes open and your heart guarded. This is Mr. Magazine, signing off.